Hello everyone, I am Jadeley Maris B. Templado, a BSBA 2 student, and I'll be reciting reading my answers for Econ 122, 122? Econ 122 or Macroeconomics. Assignment number 1, Intro to Macro Basics. So first, define or what is economics? Who is the father of economics? So, the field began with the observations of the earliest economists, such as Adam Smith, the Scottish philosopher, popularly credited with being the father of economics. So, the father of economics is Adam Smith, and economics is the study of scarcity and its implications for the use of resources, production of goods and services, growth of production and welfare over time, and various other complex issues of vital concerns to society. So moving on to the second question, what are the branches of economics and define each? So, economics is divided into two categories. First is the microeconomics, and the second one is macroeconomics. Now, microeconomics studies individuals and business decisions, while macroeconomics looks at the decisions of countries and governments. So, macroeconomics is more broad than the microeconomics. So next is what are the 10 basic principles of economics and give your understanding to each principle. So first is the people face trade-offs. So to get one thing, we usually have to give up something else. So just like in the old times where we barter or exchange goods to the same quantity of value to another good. So next is the cost of something is what you give up to get it. So opportunity cost is the second best alternative for gone. So example of this is the opportunity cost of going to college is the money you could have earned if you use that time to work. So the next one is the rational people think at the margin. So marginal changes are small, and incremental changes to an existing plan of action. So people will only take action if the marginal benefit exceeds the marginal cost. Next is the people respond to incentives. So as what Ms. Bury said on the discussion, people are benefiting the incentives. So people respond to the incentives because it is very useful for us, for the people. So an incentive is something that causes a person to act. Now, because people use cost and benefit analysis, they also respond to incentives. So incentives counts as a money. So importante ang incentive. So kwarta sana ang incentive. We can benefit to incentives. So trade can make everyone better off. Now trade allows countries to specialize according to their comparative advantages and to enjoy a greater variety of goods and services. Next is the sixth principle is markets are usually a good way to organize economic activity. So market is where the consumer buys, the seller sells. So market is so Adam Smith made the observation that when household and firms interact in markets guided by the invisible hand, they will produce the most surpluses for the economy. So this is where the money circulates in the market. Now, next is the seventh one, which is governments can sometimes improve economic outcomes, which market failures occur, yes, when the market fails to allocate resources efficiently. Now, governments can step in and intervene to promote efficiency and equity. And the eighth one is as the standard of living depends on the country's production. Now, the more goods and services produced by the country, the higher the standard of living. Now, as people consume a larger quantity of goods and services, their standard of living will increase. Just like what Miss said, that if the 100 allowance will be 1,000 in the will be increased to 1,000, then there will be changes on the budgeting and allocating of the money. Now, the ninth one is the prices rise when the government prints too much money. So when too much money is floating in the economy, there will be a higher demand of goods and services. This will cause firms to increase their price in the long run, causing inflation. So if the government will be rising the prince of the money, then meaning the prices of the goods and services will also increase. So for example, if the rice today is 53 for a kilogram, then in the future, or then if the government prints too much money, then it will probably cost 100 for a kilogram. That's an example. So the last one is society faces a short-run trade-off between inflation and unemployment. So in the short run, when prices increases, suppliers will want to increase their production of goods and services. Now, to achieve this, they need to hire more workers to produce those goods and services. Now, more hiring means lower unemployment while there is still inflation. However, this is not the case in the long run. Now, the fourth question is the brief history of macroeconomics and who founded or the father of macroeconomics. So macroeconomics has evolved over time. Now, classical economists focus on microeconomic issues and minimal government intervention. Now, the Greatest Depression challenged classical theories and led to the development of Keynesian economics, which advocate for government intervention. Now, monetarism and new classical economics introduced alternative views. New Keynesian economics integrated insights from new classical economics. Post-crisis microeconomics promoted a reevaluation of theories. Now today, macroeconomics continues to evolve with ongoing research into monetary and fiscal policies, inflation, unemployment, economic growth, and financial markets. Now, for number 5, what are the macroeconomic concerns and goals of the country and its impact to the nation? So, in macroeconomics concerns, first we have the economic growth. Countries strive for sustained and stable economic growth to improve living standards, create jobs, and increase productivity. High economic growth rates indicate a healthy and expanding economy. Next is the price stability. Now, controlling inflation is crucial for maintaining price stability. high inflation erodes the purchasing power of money, reduces consumer confidence, and distorts economic decision making. Now, for number three, we have total employment. Now, total employment, governments aim to achieve full employment, where all willing and able individuals can access job opportunities. Now, low unemployment rates contribute to social stability and economic prosperity. Next is the income distribution. Now, income distribution, ensuring a fair income distribution is a concern for many countries. Governments may implement policies to reduce income inequality and alleviate poverty. And last one is the external balance. So maintaining a sustainable trade balance and managing the exchange rate are essential concerns. Countries strive to avoid excessive trade deficits or surpluses, which can impact their competitiveness and financial stability. So, what are the macroeconomic goals? So, for macroeconomic goals, we have stable prices, high employment, sustainable income growth, and financial stability. So, stable prices, governments aim to achieve price stability by implementing monetary policies that control inflation. Regular prices provide a conducive environment for economic planning and investment. Government also strive to create an environment that promotes job creation and reduces unemployment. Policies may focus on improving education and skills training, supporting entrepreneurship, and attracting investments. Now, that is for high employment. For sustainable economic growth, countries aim for environmentally friendly, sustainable economic growth that does not deplete national resources. Now, this ensures long-term prosperity and minimizes negative impacts on future generations. For income growth, governments aim to increase their citizens' overall income and living standards. Now, policies may focus on promoting economic opportunities, reducing poverty, and providing social safety nets. Sorry for the pause. My nose is very itchy. So, to continue, financial stability. Maintaining a stable financial system is crucial for economic growth. Governments work to regulate financial institutions, monitor systematic risk, and ensure the stability of the banking sector. So, what is the impact on the nation? So, a country's macroeconomic concerns and goals affect its citizens' standard of living and also employment. Government decisions are on interest rates, fiscal policies, and regulations impact the economy's performance. Now, policymakers must balance different concerns for sustainable and inclusive development, regularly monitoring and adjusting policies. Now, failure to address these concerns can lead to financial instability, high unemployment, inflation, and income inequality. So for the sixth question, show the circular flow model and explain your thorough understanding of it. So this is the circular flow model. I just download a picture of it here. There. So a circular flow model illustrates how money circulates in society. So money flows from producers to workers as wages and returns to producers as payment for goods and services. Now, in summary, an economy is a continuous circular flow of money and goods. So as you can see in the picture, there is a products and services in the market, and production factor market. So the household will buy, and the household will sell. Then they sell to the companies, then they buy to the market, and it's a continuous circulation. On the other side, we have here the company's expenditure to the production factor market. Then the production factor market will income to the household, and the household will have expense on the products and services in the market. So as what I've said earlier, market is where the transactions are being made. So the seller and the buyer meet there, and from the market they will income to the companies, and it will continue to circulate. So basically the money will just circulate in this flow, in this circular flow of economy. That's the main point of the chart, or of the picture. So here, the last question is, what have you understood on law of supply and demand? So law of supply and demand is the law of supply is that law of supply and demand predicts that if the supply of goods or services outstrips demand, prices will fall. So if the prices are higher, meaning there are a lot of products that haven't been sold yet, so meaning there are surplus. So they will make the prices lower so that people will oh my gosh, my nose, wait, am I? So people will buy the product or the services, and there will be no surpluses. I mean, the product only. There are no surplus on services. Next is if the demand increases, exceeds supplies, then the prices will rise. So meaning, just like the onion on the past year, 2020 year or month. The onion cost 100 for a kilo or more than that, because the demand is high. No, the demand of onion was high in that time, so the prices of the onion also rises. Now, it's because there are surpluses, because there are surpluses that can occur. That's why they will last the price for the supply of goods and services outstrip demand. And there are also found the word shortage. So there's a shortage if the prices are low, and also that demand is high. So if magkadaghan ang mopalit nya, gamay ra ang presyo, so daghan jud ang mopalit, to kulang og ma-produce na goods, because kanang daghan man. So if ang demand mo saka, meaning ipasaka sa ang presyo para sakto rasad ang balansi, sa dili dayon mahurot ang ang product or ang goods. Ano saya na? So, in a free market, the equilibrium price is the price a price at which the supply exactly matches the demand. So, kung sa so I'll just make it in vernacular so that I will explain thoroughly my understanding. So, first, ang demand, if musaka ang demand, meaning musaka sa ng presyo. Okay? Daghan man mo palit kini saka man ang demand, meaning ipataas sad ang presyo para walay shortage. Kaya if iubos ang presyo unya saka pagyud ang demand, so magkadaghan ang mopalit nya magka shortage na noon. Pero if gali the demand is low, gamay ra ang mopalit, ang presyo ipa low sad. Kay unsaon man paghalin sa nabilin kung dili gihapon paubson ang presyo. Kay kuan man na may mahitabo nga surplus, sobra. May mahitabo nga sobra kung kanang daghan ang mahibilin. I mean, daghan ang dili wala na palit kay tungod taas gyapon ang presyo niya, dili siya demand anang type. So equilibrium meaning ana is pantay ra siya, wala nagkasaka o nagka kuan ra sila, kapantay ra. Ay di ko ka explain maayo, pero ang price sa supply kay same ra siya sa demand. So equilibrium, equal. So I'm very sorry if I'm speaking in vernacular, but I just want to express my thoughts through deeper. That's why I'm using a vernacular language. So that would be all for my video, and thank you for watching.